We are in soggy Arizona. This is the brand new Hyundai Ioniq 6 fully electric vehicle. Who would have thought that we would have had such soggy conditions in beautiful Arizona? But you know what? This car's handling it just fine. I can't talk about driving impressions. This is just my initial walk around of the Ioniq 6. I'll put the embargo up on the screen for you guys. But here I am to show you how cool and unique the outside of this electric vehicle really is. All right, I had to turn on the lights. We have pixelated lights all over this vehicle. Not on the outside, we have some on the inside as well. And we have over 700 pixelized little prisms on this Ioniq 6. Up front, we have this black bar that goes across the front. And some people don't like it. I don't mind it. It breaks up the, I guess, the paint color a little bit. But also in there are your parking sensors and as well as your camera, your 360 camera for this limited model. Below that, the second bar, and I would point to it, but you know, my umbrella, I guess I can do the umbrella and the hold in the point. Below that, we have the adaptive shutter or grill that allows the vehicle to either pull more air in to cool off the batteries or to close it off for a more aerodynamic experience. And what we have is a coefficient of drag on this AKA Streamliner of 0.22. Now the ones with these large 20-inch wheels, it's a little bit higher coefficient of drag. In Korea is best case scenario with the 18-inch wheels and the digital side mirrors, that's 0.21. But the unique design on this is so eye-catching. Not only on the front, but just when you get to the side, the sloping roof line, the singular body line that goes from the front light around the windows all the way to the rear tail lights. And then as we get to the back, well, we also have like the handles that pop into the side of the body as well. But as we get to the back, we have the double spoiler. You also have these pieces right here that help with aerodynamics. Everything with the design of this vehicle was designed to make it more slippery. And I'll put some images of the rear lights with all the pixelization, because when you get onto these rear brakes, all these little pixels on this top spoiler light up and it looks really unique, really cool. Like the Ioniq 5, we have a lift gate here, and it is actually a trunk though. So it is automated, and these do light up at night, these little buttons here to close it. But it looks so unique opening this trunk, because it looks like no other trunk you've seen before. But you can actually fold down the rear seats as well, and it's holding our camera equipment in there, but I'm gonna close it because I don't want it to get too wet. So overall, the looks of the Ioniq 6, I am quite infatuated with it. I don't think it's the most like breathtakingly beautiful design, but I think it looks great for an EV. And I think if you want to stand out, if you want to have a little bit of a unique experience with your electric vehicle, the Ioniq 6 is, and you see a few more pulling in right now. The black ones do look a lot like that Prophecy concept that it is based off of. So I'm actually quite impressed, because if you look at the black ones, they have a dark gray at the bottom to accent the color. And you see that dark blue one has black at the bottom, the silver one has black in the bottom for that accent. Lift the hood here. We don't have much of a frunk, just a little cargo area here. You could probably store your cables in. We have a dual motor setup here. You can also get it in rear wheel drive. Dual motor, 320 horsepower, 446 pound-feet of torque, 0 to 60 around 5 seconds. But if you get the 225 horsepower rear wheel drive model, get 0 to 60 in around 7 seconds. It'll give you more range. I'll put the full list of grade and range down below. It maxes out around 360 miles on the rear wheel drive SE grade, and then goes down below 300 miles in certain grades as well. But I'm getting soaked out here, so let's close this down. Charging is quite fantastic, and here we know Hyundai has the 800 volt system, so 10 to 80% in about 18 minutes. All right, let's put this on the floor here, and notice the floor is completely flat. We have a ton of space in here, tons of leg room, and that's going to be, and this is set up at 6'1". Like, I can put my feet where, like, I put it up here if I wanted, if I didn't have wet shoes. So like, there's just so much cargo space for, or should I say interior space for your legs, your knees. You have 2 USB-Cs here. You have 2 vents here. Unlike the Ioniq 5 though, the Ioniq 5, for example, will have vents on the side as well. So that's kind of unfortunate. You have a lot of headroom kind of in the middle, but that's not where your head's going to be. So my headroom actually is not great. And that's also true in the driver's seat as well. This has the larger oversized sunroof. There is no panel roof like you get in the Ioniq 5. This does open up. But if you want a little bit more headroom, you can go without this large roof on the SE or the SEL grades. Cup holders back here as well. If you haven't noticed, this is the light gray interior. You have 2 options. You have light gray as well as black, and you have black cloth on the SE grade, for example. We have this unique ridged on the doors. I mean, at night it looks great because the ambient light really shines and reflects off of it. And we have some great speaker grills in here as well. We have a Bose sound system on the top grade here in the limited model. And let's just go ahead and close this. What does it sound like? Really solid overall. Materials are actually hard touch in here. And initially I would be like, well, that's cheap, poor quality materials, but no, like this feels really high quality, even though it's hard. And I love that. If it was just one solid piece here, I'd say yes, it feels underwhelming. But since we have the texture and the design with these ripples on the door, looks and feels great. And notice we don't have any buttons on the door other than memory seats. Where are all your window switches? Where's your mirror control? Well, your mirror control's here, as well as some other things like lifting your trunk. But your window control is all in the middle here as well. And this is all hard touch as well, even though this looks like a fabric, which it kind of moves, but it's still like a plastic feature. Now this is a soft, it's the same sort of material, and most of the materials in here are recycled, renewable sources as well. Now we have this winged dash that in other markets, this comes with the digital side mirrors, but here it is, it just kind of sticks out. It kind of looks out of place, but I don't think it looks bad. It doesn't bother me. It's not like I'm hitting my knee on it or anything. Instead of the Hyundai logo, we have a couple dots here, or should I say 4 dots for the Ioniq brand. They will communicate to you with charging level as well as other things. Paddle shifters here for regen braking as well as single pedal driving. 2 12-inch digital screens. Android Auto took us out here, no problem. They look great. And I can see like there's a big loop underneath of here, which allows me to see the drive stalk. So you just twist for drive, push for park, etc. We don't have Apple CarPlay or Android Auto wireless, so it needs to be plugged in through here. You also have a wireless charger back here as well. A couple cup holders right here. And here's the new key. Check out this spaceship looking egg. I guess it's, oh, you know what? I just realized. In the concepts, they talked about how they wanted to design it from a pebble. So this is kind of like that, you know, metallic little pebble streamlined design that they have going on with that. Inside here is my race meter. I don't know how I'll be able to accelerate in this car today, but yeah, anyways, 2 USB-Cs here. You get to accompanies those in the back. And we have a large space under here for your items. So unlike the Ioniq 5, this isn't as open, unfortunately. I like the sliding, you know, armrest and console in the Ioniq 5 and the more space in the Ioniq 5. But it still feels very usable and minimal in here with a lot of cargo space. As well as there's a 12 volt down there. I don't know if you guys can see that. Nice aluminum pedals as well. But that was just my quick walk around interior exterior of the Ioniq 6. I'll share my driving impressions when the embargo ends. There's a lot to be excited about for not only this vehicle, but for Hyundai. The Ioniq 7 comes out next, the 3-row SUV, to be kind of like Hyundai's version of the EV9 3-row crossover from Kia. So anyways, guys, I'm going to end it there. Thank you guys for watching. I'm a little bit out of my element because it's pouring. I'm just trying to like get things done. I have people waiting for me as well. So thank you guys. I'll catch you in the next one. If you enjoyed it, hit the like button and I'll try to answer your questions down below. Have a great day and peace.